Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It feels so good to be home. Unfortunately, I won't be here but for tonight, and then I got to go back down to the red brick house. Um, just before Valentine's Day, my mother-in-law broke her leg, and Tracy and her sister have been doing incredible work helping to take care of her while her leg heals up, and hopefully about another month more she'll be back on her feet. And that's why we've actually been down at the red brick house. And fortunately for us, we have the red brick house to stay, and I have the studio there, and I'm able to do what I do here with Joe Boo Sports, as well as doing different works and stuff. And that's why I'm here, because I had to pick up a bunch of flooring for a job that I'm doing that's kind of halfway between here and the red brick house, an old house. I always have old house to work on. So I'm grabbing Michael Anthony Fitness Reaction Gig Economy, which I'm going to be excited because I haven't been able to work with him for quite a while together. And so I'm happy that we are going to be able to do a job together and things. So it's another day in Cowboys land, and it's kind of crazy. Um, it's kind of crazy because we have, first of all, fans are mad and they just want blood. They just want to blow up everything. They are ready to move on to trade Lance. So now you're hearing all this stuff that, you know what, screw Dak, cut him, release him, get the bum out of here, and so on. You know, I go through and I try and point out the good things. I say, well, he's just a choker in the playoffs, and they ignore all the other issues that we have. I can understand if it was only Dak Prescott in the playoffs and so on, but you know, it is what it is. So there's that dynamic, and they're ready to say a guy who's thrown 103 passes in the NFL that he is ready to take over the Cowboys and lead them to a Super Bowl. So we have that, first of all. Then we have Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, who said, let me say this, that Jerry Jones says he doesn't regret signing Zeke Elliott to that contract. But he's learned from that. He's learned from that, and that will make him a better GM. And more the reason why he should be the GM, because he's learned from that mistake. Um, yo, bro, 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 bro. Maybe you should just doodle on the paper some more. Maybe just give Jerry Jones, you know, not the 64 box a crown. You remember the 300 box, the 300 box of crayons that had the crayon sharpener in it, you know, so you can sharpen your crayons. Maybe we get Jerry Jones one of those 300 box of crayons and a coloring book, and we just let Jerry go off someplace else. Because you say you learned from the Zeke Elliott contract, okay? Did you learn from literally insulting the guy when Tony Pollard had a decent preseason game, and you literally said Zeke who? Zeke who? Did that cost you an extra $10 million on that contract just for disrespecting the man? Because you had all off season to get the deal done, and you waited and waited and waited until the last damn minute to get that thing done. You did. Yes, you did, Jerry. Yes, you did. In my Samuel Jackson voice. Mind if I have a bite of that tasty burger you got there? So then you waited and waited and waited to do Dak Prescott's deal after that. Where Dak Prescott literally had you over a barrel before, Jerry. Yes, you did, Jerry. Yes, you did. Mind if I wash down that tasty burger with some of that tasty beverage you have? So you did Dak Prescott's deal that we're dealing with the ramifications now. Because, see, you could have had his deal done 2 years before and had time to go ahead and, like, stretch it out and pay it before everybody else got their big contracts. Yes, you did, Jerry. Yes, you did. Because you had the opportunity to try and get this deal done last year before Jalen Hurts got his deal, before Lamar Jackson got his, before Justin Herbert got his done, Jerry. Or before Joe Burrow got his, Jerry. Yes, you did, Jerry. Yes, you did. You waited. And oh, mind you, if you learned from the Zeke Elliott deal, Jerry, did you apply that to Michael Gallup's deal when you signed him with a bad ACL, Jerry? And after 2 years, you have to cut him and take $13 million in dead money over the next 2 years? Did you, Jerry? Did you learn? Does that make you a better GM? Because the jury's still out right now with Terrence Steele with an $80 million contract, Jerry. And here it is. We're about to go ahead and do CD. We're about to do Micah Parsons. We're about to do Dak. Jerry, Jerry, take your coloring book and the 300 coloring rounds and sit over in the corner and have fun. Somebody get him a juice box. So Jerry goes on and says, I believe Dak Prescott is a handful of those quarterbacks out there that can win the Super Bowl. Yes, he can. He didn't say what team, though. With what team? I'm just pointing that out. And then we hear something that we speculated on because it makes complete sense. Because Jerry Jones put it out there that we don't have enough money to pay those incentives for Tyron Smith. We can't pay those things right there. This goes along with all of the typical offseason moves where we look and we say, yeah, DeMarcus Ware, sorry, we can't pay you, bro. Des Bryant, we can't pay you, bro. We let those guys go. Amari Cooper, we can't afford to pay you. Cedric Wilson, we can't afford to pay you. Yeah. Funny how all those guys that we can't afford to pay, that somebody always has the money to pay. I'm just still trying to figure out where all the money goes because I see people signing people all over the place and never hearing any of them say, we ain't got the money to pay you. But somehow the Cowboys don't have the money to pay you. They ain't signing nobody and are always getting rid of people. So Tyler Smith, something we speculated about, looks like he may be moving to left tackle. It is one of the hardest positions to find a stud, is left tackle. It just is. Those guys are premium. And probably for Tyler Smith, he'll make more money as a left tackle than he will as a left guard. That will open you up to basically being able to take the best offensive lineman possible, or take your guys like Brock Hoffman and stuff and say, we're just going to plug them in, and we're just going to take the best player available and see how that goes. Let me see. Did I miss anything else? Let's see. Daxabum, get rid of him. Trey Lance, errors about to start. Jerry Jones and his doodle pad. Talking about Dak Prescott's good enough to win a Super Bowl, that he should still be the GM because he's got more experience at failing that he's learned. Tyler Smith is going to go to tackle. Oh, and one other thing, this isn't Cowboys related, but maybe karma may be actually coming back. Dan Snyder, Dan Snyder, who used to be the owner of the Commanders but no longer is, had one of two mansions that he had that were on the Potomac River. I think it is like 50 acres or something like that. Mansion that used to belong to some royalty or something or other. He had it for sale for $50 million. $50 million. The price dropped down to about 35. Still did not get any takers. So him and his wife have announced that they are still selling the house, but they are donating it to the American Cancer Society. And so he's probably hoping that that will help it to sell. And of course, it'll be a big tax write-off. But that's actually probably the first and only good thing that you've heard about Daniel Snyder doing something. So I have to say, way to go. Way to go, Dan Snyder. That's an incredible human thing to do, damn it. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting the good fight. I'm so tired of taking abuse from people that just want to troll and just hate on Dak Prescott and so on. I am old enough to. I don't think you guys realize. I don't think you guys realize because see, I've lived through the 3, 5, and 11 seasons, guys. 3 years in a row where we were 5 and 11, and the Eagles were doing damage. You don't seem to understand what that's like. Some of y'all might remember going 8 and 8, 8 and 8, 8 and 8. Because see, you remember when we were going 8 and 8, you realize that every 8 and 8 season that we ended up, it was the last week of the season, and all we had to do was win that game. Win that game. That's all we had to do. Win that game, and we were in the playoffs. And we lost over those 3 years to the Eagles, the Giants, and Washington to all see each one of those guys go on to the playoffs and see the Cowboys fail to make the playoffs. I know we're not going to the Super Bowl. But if you're asking me at this moment, realizing in the 2000s that we had 3 years in a row of 5 and 11, 3 years in a row of 8 and 8, and the last 3 years we've had 12 and 5. 3 years in a row with playoffs. Something that the Cowboys have not done since the 90s, guys. Since the 90s. You may not like Dak Prescott, but I hate to tell you, I hate to inform you that in some regards, you're spoiled with having 3 years in a row of playoffs and playoff disappointment. Would you rather be 5 and 11 and literally one of the worst teams in football? Because that's maybe right where we're headed, guys. Boy. All right, good people. I'm going to get some rest, get up early because I got to get back on the road. And take apart a bathroom, take up the tile in the shower, and about 400 feet of flooring on my truck that we got to put down, and a bunch of other stuff. All right, good people, and Eagle fans, and 49er fans. I appreciate you guys listening to me ramble and remind you to tell the people you love how much you love them. Because you might not get the chance again, good people. And I love you. God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Peace out.